Here we are. Now then, welcome back then. This horse has clearly not been eating very well. How you doing? Welcome back to today's episode of My Minecraft World with the kids, Starlight B.
Hello.
And Electron B.
Hi.
And today we're playing around on horses, it seems. We've had an idea for quite some time, and we've decided today's the day to make an episode to put it into practice. What are you doing in the water? Is it your horse?
I fell off.
You fell off. Okay, you fell off the world and went for a swim in the water. Okay, I see. We've been thinking for a while that it would be nice to have a little racetrack area for us to race our horses and all that. And while we were watching the Olympics, we also watched the decathlon or triathlon and those kind of things. And we thought it would be cool to have a track where we could race each other. We do seem to like a lot of mini games on the server. Like we like to have a little competitive mini game edge to the server, don't we?
Yep.
With the plan kind of working at the minute, the working plan, I'll zoom into my map at the minute, right? The working plan at the minute is to have a boat race from maybe the Mesa biome, a boat race out from the Mesa biome all the way back to spawn Nitwittington, having a course that you have to go through, potentially past the witch's hut, the witch's hut being in the middle of the swampy biome. And then once you get into Nitwittington, then you have to grab a horse and race through the roads of Nitwittington, past to the lighthouse and through the Season 2 world area. We'll probably make some racetrack through there to then get to the mountain, or at least the base of the mountain, and then have a parkour course, or a lightweight parkour course, like jumping up a mountain and occasionally have to jump a 2-wide gap, or maybe jumping a 3-wide gap to get a shortcut, but you're climbing the mountain slowly but surely until you get to the castle, and then you run over the bridge and get to Season 1 base and declare yourself the winner. Something like that, right? That's the plan. Where did you all go? Did you all left me?
We were racing.
Reenacting.
Reenacting. Okay, so we would have a boat get us to Nitwittington from the Mesa biome. That's the first stage. There's already, we were working on having a route from the Mesa biome to Nitwittington via boat. We'll just turn it into like a boat roadway that we'll use as a racetrack on the days when we want to race on it, yeah? And then we'll have the normal paths in here, probably the cobble and gravel paths or something like that, where maybe we'll place a proper block for something pathwise and come through the town of Nitwittington, get across there, get through this bit. There's plenty of space for people to take potential shortcuts, work our way around all the way through these bits across here. Maybe this should be the road track, this wooden design. Then up and over and around this section over here. And then once we're through here, we go through and up and around all these bridges and stuff, and we get out the other side. Maybe drop off our horses somewhere here where it's nice and safe. And then proceed on foot and try and climb up the mountain using simple parkour, so not too much difficulty, just trying, like, climbing a mountain. The fastest person to climb a mountain wins kind of parkour. And if you fall down after you miss one block jump, you only fall down to the way you jumped from. You don't really fall down for miles. Climbing all the way up and, yeah, probably going all the way around there. And then up into the castle, running across out to the start. That could work, couldn't it, kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we've got a lot of little terraforming and stuff to do. We're going to mess around with that for a little while here on the server together. Okay, so, first up, Electron B and I are going to start working on the boat area. The boat area that we wanted. It's kind of like a boat road that we've been talking about for a while. A boat road from here that runs out along the river and towards spawn and then docks at spawn. But instead of making it just a straightforward boat river, We are, or boat road, yeah, boat road. We are going to make it into a bit more of a racetrack, make it a bit more fun. So let's begin by just starting the processing of going down the route. So from here, this is the bay where you start and finish, when we're on the road at least. We're going to go around this little riverway here, a little river section. It's fairly deep and decently wide all the way down, and it's naturally formed, so it looks okay. Looks pretty good. A few sharp bends here and there. It gets a little bit narrower down this end by the mesa, but then it breaks out into the ocean. And when it breaks out into the ocean, we want to steer over towards that rocky outcropping over there. So we need to put some buoys in around and about this area to lead into the rocky outcropping section. So block-wise, I've got some redstone lamps and some redstone blocks, but I don't have any blocks to stack up. So do you have some stacky-uppy blocks?
I have Frostwalker boots.
That's gonna work, yes, actually. Frostwalker boot over towards me a little bit. And I can get up onto that. Okay, let's Frostwalker over to this section first over here. That's it. I gotta try and follow you. Right, so we're gonna go from here, right? So you're gonna Frostwalk back from here over to the left-hand side of the river mouth, okay? And I'll put some redstone lamps down on the top side. Ooh, on the top side like that. And you can put some wool on the top of that.
And
white wool on the top of that. Your Frostwalker's not working anymore because you've gone into the water. There you go. Right, so now, and then afterwards we can put redstone blocks underneath them. Yeah? So let's get going over this way. We only need to kind of like map it out a little bit. We don't need to like make it so it's a blocked off area. It's just to show the racers which way they should be going. Trying to keep them in line a little bit, isn't it? Oh, you've been away. You've got the. Stop jumping.
okay.
Stop jumping. Yeah, Frostwalker, don't work like that. A little bit further. Let's not make it too easy. We're going to give it a little bit of a curve, just so it feels like it's curving towards that area. That's good. One around about here then. It's looking good. Good job, good job. And another one down here a little bit, say about there. Hey! I'm trapped under ice. I'm trapped under ice. Okay, I'm up. And then the final one would be around here then. Okay. Alright, so that's the race course kind of pulling around from there. That's defining the roadway. On this side, I don't suppose there's any need to define it on this side much. But just in case, as we've got the blocks, let's come this way a little bit more. Alright, so let's get it so that you can't go past there. Yeah, just to define it, because we want them to head into this rocky area over here. And this way a little bit there. And this way a little bit over here. And that's kind of working. And then a little bit further over here. And by this sort of point, they should have the idea, right? Then we want to go over to this side. Keep coming this way for us. And we want to block off from this big rocky outcropping over to the entrance between those two little mountain faces. So let's put a little buoy just outside there. And we want to go over towards that area over there. So kind of curving it towards... Keep going, I got it. That's it, kind of going towards this way. To try and make the racers, or the roadway, go into this gap between these two places. Like so, right? So you can end up weaving off, but it's not going to do you any good to go off in that area over that side, is it? And this also secures your way back, so you figure out you've got to go that way to go back and not down that first little route. We might need just another one over here, just to make sure that they don't think about going in there. Yeah? So that defines the route enough for now, yeah? Do you think?
Mhm.
The other thing that I fancied doing was putting some stone in here to make this a little bit more of a rocky outcropping, so makes it more difficult. When you're coming through here, there'll be maybe one straight path, which is over this side, and then a bit of more rocky path. A little bit more steering to be done to get through this section. And maybe that'll work. How come this area's stayed frozen?
Oh, because you need they only melt when sunlight touches them, and it's nighttime.
So it's a good time to place all of the blocks we want. Okay, so we're going to carry on doing that on the rest of the course while it's nighttime.
I'm faster when I'm moving sideways.
Faster sideways. It's actually, boats are supposed to go backwards. Have Mojang never seen a rowing competition? Like
They never seen the rowing Olympics or the Olympics.
Rowing Olympics or the Oxford-Cambridge boat race or something like that. They've obviously not got many boating competitions in Sweden. Because you always use a boat backwards. You row backwards for the fastest speed. You pull on the oars, and that makes you go backwards faster.
I'm not even pulling the oars when I'm going backwards.
Backwards is not a thing in Minecraft. Forwards is the only thing boats do in Minecraft. But you can't complain because they fixed boats. You can't complain because they fixed boats. Boats were really, really bad. I'm now playing in 1.7.10 where the boats get broken by going through lily pads.
It's just like
Not the other way around, the way it is now. So they fixed boats at least to something. That's good.
look. It's in 1.7.10.
Crash, bang. You get one stick and a bit of a plank left. Thanks very much. Alright, so viewers, this is what we got so far. We've got the route out from there, fairly straightforward, which Electron B is just experimenting with there. And we've got a kind of a rocky outcropping area around here, which there is a way to get through if you avoid it, but the boys are kind of telling you where to avoid. It's kind of like a little hazard. A little hazard, not a major hazard, that you can get through. It's a 2-block wide gap there, 2-block wide gap there. But you can also just take this side over here, which of course is the slightly easier route. May save you a bit of time, may do a bit of overtaking through the stone that way. Put a little bit of greenery in just to hide a bit of lighting, a little bit of greenery in there. Probably do a little bit more decorating these areas at a later time, not right now. But as you can see, the lights bring us into this next section, which I've already started clearing, but I haven't quite done yet. It's going to take a little bit more terraforming to get this right. And also, do you have a bucket? I don't have a bucket at the moment. Do you have a bucket? Do you have
I did earlier. But
you did earlier, but not quite now. Okay. And the one thing that I dislike about this kind of stuff is that we need stone in this sort of level. So underneath all this dirt that I'm hacking out, do you have any stone blocks?
Ooh.
No? Okay, I've got 13 and a bit of cobble, so I can do a bit. I can do a bit of this, right? Just filling in like that, and maybe throw a bit of cobble in as well, just because, and then throw a bit of dirt on the top of that because we want it to be kind of cliffy. You're going through a cliff, that kind of. It's a cliffy. It's a bit of a cliffy, right? And then that will look okay for coming through this section. Yeah. Still need to do this other side as well. We'll change that up in a minute. I do have some diorite, but I don't really want to use diorite. I want to use stone, and I know I've got a load more stone, so we'll do that sometime in a bit. So then we just get the water coming through, and basically I want to go all the way down to this area here, so that there's a cliff face all the way around it. We're making it a bit cliffy. That's what I'm saying. Making it a bit cliffy, and then let the water get settled and sorted out going through this. Maybe take it down one more level after the water's been put in place, just to make it feel a bit more like a river coming through or cut through. And that'll go through here, put a few more bits and pieces in that, and then we can go out further that way. Can I get out this way? I can. Have you got a boat?
Yeah, no, I think you broke mine.
There you go. Put a boat there. So then once we get through that little bit, we're going to come through here. We've made it so that the boys kind of bring you in a little bit here. and I'll probably do a little more decoration on the side there. And then clearly you've got to turn over here. You can't go off. This is on the track, so you go through here, straight through the boys, but in through the little bit of the swampy bit. Pretty cool. I like just enough. And then if you want to cut corners, you can go through underneath where there potentially is a witch, but you can also potentially get stuck on things, but you're taking a shortcut that way. You just broke the lily pads. That's getting stuck. And then this section's kind of a larger curved out section, so that there's a clear definition of where you have to go. But when you're coming down this way, you're gonna have to cut back out again to get through this bit of swamp over here, to cut back around, to follow it round all the way back into the beautification of our Nemsun is my dad world. So you come in here somewhere like this, boom, and then you're off and running, maybe, and then you're running, and you probably get a horse from here somewhere, and then go chasing off. So we're nearly there to finish off this first section. So we're going to go and do the rest of that right now, and then start on the pathing and horsing. Yes, horsing around. Quit horsing around, like Tom B, and let's get on with this. Chopping down the mahusive trees, we should get a decent amount of saplings. So it's when they get a silly little bit on the top that you don't get many saplings for it.
Mm-hmm.
How many saplings are you up to now?
Let me see. Let me just pick some up.
One more there.
I'm at 23.
And I got 4 there. I started off with just 1 spruce sapling and managed to get a whole load of spruce wood. Awesome. Okay, so if you plant another couple there ready for future, I'll get on with doing this some more. I only had 1 spruce sapling left, but now we're good to go. I don't want to put oak hanging out the top here. This over the other side, it looks darker. It looks like we used spruce and all that for the other side over there. So I wanted to use the same over here, but at the same time, I want to keep it looking cool. I also want it to look more realistic. So sometimes having the darker wood does make it look more like a wet wood, like it's wet. And I'm underwater and you can't see anything, viewers. But it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Right, so that comes up this way. That's it. Update all of that, and there we go. Okay, so we got that. That's that plan. I was going to put something on the end here as well, and then have like a 3 wide gap there, and then have another 3 wide gap here. So they're kind of like docking bays, and then put let's see, this. Like little boat harbour bays, docking bays, and so this would be there like that, and we would then have this one here like that, and then there's a harbour bay, and we can carve some of this out to make another harbour bay, 3 away from there. 1, 2, 3, and then up there like that. There we go. And then this chop out. Very good. Very good, very good. Okay, so we're getting there. There we go. That's good. Okay, so we've got the harbour sorted. Lighting wise, I think we need to do some kind of hidden lighting jobby. So I'm going to do the kind of standard issue nowadays. A little bit of some of that down there, with some of this going up around what is the block shop. Maybe something like that, yeah. Around the block shop. Maybe a little bit of bone meal going on. Can you put a piece of bone meal, or a bone meal a piece just there in the gap? There we go. And again, make it a big one. There we go. And we can link it up like that. That'll do. Maybe another bit of bone meal just at the bottom there. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so that'll work on for that level. And now looks like a good place to finish. Yes. And then when they finish, they can jump onto this side and go get themselves a horse. So we need to kind of make this rounded out a little bit more as well. So,
Do we make it look natural, or have like a harbour off it, like coming around?
I think more natural. If we take this contour of sand away, fill in with grass or something. We need a pen as well, don't we? Really, because we need a pen for the horses to go in. So we need to build a pen here as well. But we need a bit more space, so we can make it feel more natural this way by adding in a little bit of a new platform here, a new edge.
The grass.
And it can virtually go up to there. Yeah, have a new edge like that, you see? That'll work. And then we can just put some sand down the side here, and that can layer up and look okay on the sides there. What is this device here?
Oh, it's basically you hold some concrete powder in your offhand, and then you sit in here without frostwalker boots, and then you hold right click and left click, and you get it turns the concrete powder into normal concrete, and then you pick it up like really quickly.
Okay.
Place break.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And we need it there because
we don't.
no, we don't. But it was just where you put it at the time, yeah? Okay.
A new one. Now, so I'll get rid of it.
That's okay. It's okay because we're near the building blocks as well. Building block supplies is this new warehouse, the warehouse. So having the warehouse and build block supplies close by is a good plan, because then we can make the terracotta, or we can make the concrete in it. We can make the concrete.
Should I bone meal this area or not?
No, we need to do some kind of fencing. But we also need to focus on doing the pathways. So, I think that's it for today's episode. Should we just have a quick ride around the area once we've made it day?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay then, so we have got boats ready to take our first trip on the road. I'm thinking I'm going to race you.
I'm going to beat you though.
Whatever. I think you need to start in the weak or non-swimmers section because, well, you're a child.
You sure?
Yeah, you're a child.
You sure you don't need to?
I think you're a child. And get set, go. Ah, yeah. Winning. So, simple enough. It's just a straightforward road. But that road then has a little bit of interest here and there at twists and turns just to make it a little bit more fun as a racing environment. Why are there so many mobs all around us?
It was nighttime earlier?
It was nighttime, but they must be in the caves underground. And the nice simple curves. We've got a little bit of fancying up still to do in some areas, but most of it's okay. Most of it's fine. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty fine.
I don't even need to go under the witcher. I go past it.
Oh, you went past me. Dang it. I forgot we were racing. Quick. Underneath the vines, through the area over here, get to this bit. Did you get stuck? I went past you again.
Crashed into something.
You crashed into something. Ah, that's it. That's how it works. It looks nice and simple and tranquil and simple and easy. But if you get stuck on a block, that's it. Your race is over. Now I'm going through this section. We've got all the blocks and all that kind of looking nice. I bumped my way through it. But I got through it eventually. And then we've got the rocky outcropping to avoid on this side over here. And then there's also there's little tricks you can do to each other, like you can just smash the boats in. Oh, you got me straight back again.
I'm out of here.
Don't smash the boats in when you're too close to each other. That's not a great thing. Like that's okay. Squeeze past. And we've put some cactus in the water's edge over here. Bink. No! The cactus will automatically break your boat as well to make it very difficult for you to maneuver around cactus breaking boats. But you can get through to the end over here, and I can't reach. Dang it! No.
I'm gonna win.
No. And then out to this side over here. which we haven't made a dock or a harbour yet, but we'll probably do something similar. I didn't really want to move all of this because, well, it's been here for about 5 years. So I didn't really want to move that, but I might change it around a little bit because I don't need it anymore. We don't need it for anything, and change it and make a nice big harbour area for the Mesa biome, maybe with a load of like chests and things so that they've got a lot of storage capacity for carrying things from the Mesa and putting them into storage crates before sending them off down the river and sending your goods back away. But that is all we've got time for in today's episode, folks. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Say goodbye, Electron B.
Bye.
And we'll see you in the next episode of my Minecraft World. A goodbye.